All right, let's go. Welcome, welcome. This is the Simone and Tasha show. I am Simone.
And I am Tasha.
Tasha, what are we talking about today? Because I'm just excited about the topic. Let's go. What are we talking about?
Our topic today is, should you live together or should a couple live together before they get married?
Okay, so you're trying to say, Tasha, that two women meet and they decide that they want to get into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do they move in together? That's the question.
No.
What's the question?
So, basically, they're already in a relationship. They're a couple,
right?
And so they do have plans to get, married,
right?
And so the question is, should the couple live together before they're married, or should they just date, be in a relationship and then get married and then live with each other?
Okay, got you. My answer is they should live together.
I agree.
Because I think living together, you're gonna it helps to get you to know the person better and to kind of see what you're really getting into.
Absolutely. I mean, living together brings a whole lot of doors that are going to open because you're able to see like all that person's like quirks,
right?
Good or bad or ugly. You get to see all their quirks. I do feel like it will bring you closer as a couple. And then sometimes, you may not really like the way they live.
That's true. And y'all, Tasha and I, when we met, we moved in together like about 3 weeks after we met.
Which we did.
Scary, y'all. Don't try it at home, but don't recommend it at all. But
yeah, a lot of lesbians do that, but it don't necessarily be in a sense where they're doing it with the marriage attached to it.
Mind.
Right, okay. In mind, yeah. But
when we moved in together, we didn't really have like marriage in mind. We didn't know we were going to get married.
No, we didn't. We
just knew that we were going to move in together.
Yeah, we knew we wanted to be with each other. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And you're right. It was scary. It was scary moving in together, and maybe because it was real soon, that's what really made it scary.
Yeah. I think it was scary too because it was just like so good. Like and it's like, it's one of them things. It's like, you meet these different people in your relationships, here and there, whatever. And then this person comes along and you're like, this is it. Finally. And it's scary because it's like something you've been wanting forever. You know what I mean? You've been praying about it and everything. And it's like, then the person finally arrives and you just take the leap.
Okay, now, but if you're the kind of person that every time you meet somebody, y'all moving in.
No, sis, nah. No.
Take your time with that one. Take your time.
Yeah, for sure. But sometimes it's like when you know.
Yeah.
Right? But I do feel like it has benefits to it because you're able to see all sides of that person.
Mm-hmm.
And how they live is important because everybody lives different, you guys.
Yeah.
Even, the littlest things to put in the toilet seat down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because like with me and Simone, it's like, we don't play that. That's like, you let all your wealth and everything else go out the window.
We believe in that feng shui, y'all.
Yeah. So
that's down.
Just stuff like that. Little stuff like that. Some people leave dishes in their sink overnight. That could be, a thing for people. It could be the littlest thing. So I feel like when you move in together, and sometimes it's good and bad. You know what I mean? So don't think it's just all bad, but it's just good to see how that person navigate their world on a day-to-day in their own home, and then how they would do it with you in their space and y'all navigating it together.
And also, it's like when you're dating someone, you might have some deal breakers.
Yeah.
But the deal breakers of the household, you're not going to know until you're living together.
That's true.
And then when you see your deal breakers playing out in the household, then you could really decide, is it really a deal breaker, or can I tolerate her not putting the cap back on the toothpaste, or not or can I tolerate her not cleaning, not making up her bed, making her side of the bed or whatever it is? Are these things that I can tolerate,
Right.
or are they really deal breakers?
Right.
You
No.
get to really see how the person lives, and another important thing, you get to see how they manage their finances, which we spoke about before in another episode. Finances is important to know how the two you're going to navigate that.
Right. Because living with someone, you guys, it helps because sometimes that could be a deal breaker. Like once you live with that person and you start seeing all the different layers of that person and how they navigate their world and their living space, could be a turnoff for some individuals, depending on how they live, the level of cleanliness,
But now, Tasha, what about if they have kids? Now, if they have kids, when you're outside of the household, dealing with the child that your potential new spouse has already, dealing with that child is going to be a whole different experience when the two y'all combine households.
Right. And you're living together full time in the same space. Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be, the child is going to respond to you different. Right. And you might have to respond to that child differently depending on what the mother says.
Right.
That's what you have to be mindful of. Before you go moving in with somebody, you have to make sure that both of you are clear on how you are going to deal with this woman's child. She might not want you to have any input at all on her child and what her child is doing and where her child is and all of that.
Right. And that's, to go back to that, that's a good, another reason why it may be good to move in together before you're married, because everybody belief systems are different. How they were raised were different. And so that could potentially be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on, how they want you to navigate with that kid. Y'all might not align in that way. So moving in together has a lot of different benefits.
Because definitely going back to the child, that could definitely blow up.
Yeah.
You get married, come back from the honeymoon, and now you dealing with the child for the first time, living in the household, and that can just go sideways where the mother's like telling you to get out.
Yeah.
Because really, if she's a good mother, she's not going to put anybody else before her child. That's my personal belief. Now, I've seen some posts online where people are like, no, the children need to sit down somewhere and just take whatever you bring into the house, or they're just supposed to just not have opinions about who you bring or who you date. But all parents are not like that.
Right.
Lots of parents, they'll say their child's feelings come first. And how their child feels about you is going to impact your relationship because of that,
Yeah, definitely. What was I going to say?
About the finances and the child and children and, just moving in with because you're saying that maybe you guys have dated for a while and now you're thinking about moving in together, but it's still not going to be like a piece of cake and an easy road to navigate. It's going to be some hurdles still, just living with another adult.
Right. That's true. I mean, I do feel like it has some benefits because, like I said, I mean, you guys are able to show the different layers, of yourselves and what that looks like from day to day. I mean, it's different when you're living in the same space.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely different.
It's just different.
Is different because I've seen situations where people were in a relationship and it might have been for years, and then they get married and live together, and then all of a sudden the relationship just goes upside down, topsy-turvy. Next thing you know, they're breaking up. So there is something to that. And even if you have lived with someone, sometimes getting married, doing that, the commitment of marriage takes it to a whole nother level also.
Yeah. I mean, because when you get married, you can't just walk away. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you get into a disagreement, you can't just walk away, or, you disagree on something. You can't, just walk away, or, you definitely have to navigate things different.
Yeah. Because we would hope that the commitment that you would make when you move in with someone would mean that, you have to consider them now when you want to go out with your friends, right? You have to consider them when you want to go away on a trip. It might have been a different thing to navigate when you weren't living together. But once you live together, it's like a more of a serious commitment where you do have to consider that other person.
Right. Right. That's true because you have to consider their feelings and how they would feel about the situation. Whereas before, it was just you in the house, so
Yeah.
um, you could drink all the creamer. I don't know, and
Coffee.
and all the coffee. Now it's like you have to take in consideration you do have another individual in the house with you, and so you may not want to drink all the creamer. You may want to leave some, for your significant other.
Yeah. And then you'll see how their family really responds to you. Because maybe the family was cool when y'all just dating, Maybe their family was cool and your family was cool when y'all were just dating. But now that y'all trying to say you real serious, because maybe for some of y'all, your family might still think you're in a phase. They might still think this is a phase in your life and you're going back to men. But then you get serious moving in with somebody, talking about y'all getting married later, then that might turn everything upside down with your family, And then you got to see how your partner is going to handle that heat,
Yeah.
and how the two of y'all are going to work together,
Right.
To manage the families or anything else that comes of this, like we said, the kids and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you move in together, things change. Either you're going to get closer, either you're going to get closer with your partner, with their child, with their family, or it all might fall apart, things to consider.
Yeah, you definitely have to consider that other individual, space, when y'all move into space together. Because it could be the littlest things, like Simone said, to make the relationship go south. And that's why it's good to kind of, know your partner,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it could be the littlest, simplest things you might get blown up. They have a favorite ice cream and you help yourself to the ice cream and then you eat it all, or you don't even ask, you know what I mean?
Or maybe you move in together and your partner feels too comfortable, I think. Like y'all living together, so now she just gonna let herself go. You know what I'm saying? That's something you gotta address. Like, okay, you just walking around here all frumpy. Come on now. What you got on?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So that's something to think about. You move in together and you kind of see how to navigate all of that, and feel free to open up, to be open. And that's the main thing. You got to feel free to be open to express yourself to your partner about the things that you like or dislike.
Right.
In a respectful way, of course.
You got to have a conversation because, like I said, if you guys are living together, then, you may be an early riser. They may be a late sleeper. They may prefer coffee. You prefer tea.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? So it's good to kind of get on the same page.
All those things can matter, like, with the early rising and the late rising, and your partner could be a night owl and you want to go to sleep early. When you live together, all those things come into play.
Yeah.
And I guess it's good because you learn how to navigate it. That's what you were trying to say. It's good to move in together because you're going to learn how to navigate all these things.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a benefit. I mean, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Do you think you should move in together before you get married? What do you guys?
Because the full transparency on it is that me and Tasha, we moved in together after three weeks of knowing each other. Because she was always coming over, I was always over. So it's like, if you're always coming over anyway, spending all this time over here every single day, we might as well live together. That's what we thought. So we did live together. After 3 weeks, we combined our households, and it was a journey,
Right.
And then after 2 years, it's like, I felt like, okay, we might need to just go live apart now. So that was before we got married. So we lived together for 2 years. Then we lived in our separated households, which could happen. But then in that year that we were separated, that was our 3rd year together. And that's when I proposed to Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came back together in the household right before we got married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it worked out because, we got to work things out. Hopefully we both improved, I mean, we live together now in harmony. It's lovely.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have too many fallouts. Too
Nah.
many, you know, too many. Y'all see us here. This is real right here. So, yep. We want to see y'all in the community, women we rock with. So, hey, we can help you navigate your situations.
Yes.
You know, we can be, you know, meet you in Texas if you're here at our meetups.
Yep.
Or when we do our conferences, that's going to be like an invitation for from everyone to come from everywhere that you are,
Right.
international or nationally. Come from Canada, come from the UK, come from Germany, wherever you're hearing this podcast at.
Yeah, we may do something in Mexico. We'll see.
Yeah, Mexico, y'all. Because, you know, we do have that house in Mexico. We do have property in Mexico that we might be, you know, broadcasting from from time to time.
Yep.
Yep. But right now we are in the Texas area and we're going to, you know, be doing some meetups and things. And we want to see y'all come out.
Absolutely.
Come out.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, sharing,
Commenting.
get these numbers up, you guys. Tell a friend, share it with the loved one.
And we told y'all the programs we have. The Single to Soulmate is for the singles, y'all. We're gonna have a lot of fun in that program. Description is in the description of this episode. You'll see that link. The link for the couples in crisis is in there. The link for She Said Yes for engaged couples.
Yeah.
These are kind of the things we're gonna be talking. You know, you want to know whether y'all should live together or not. Don't just listen to it on a podcast, because one-on-one and personally with you, of course, we're gonna go deeper. Every situation is different. Yep. We got to go deep with y'all. And for couples like us who are married and just want to have more joy and fun and love in the marriage, that's Let's Stay Together.
Yeah.
So we're going to travel together. We're going to be meeting together. We're going to do it all, y'all. Let's stay together and let's keep it together. Let's keep it going. Yep.
So guys, join Women
We Rock With.
We Rock With.
Join Women We Rock
That
With.
way y'all can rock with me and Simone and just be around like-minded women.
Yes.
You know.
Most definitely, y'all. We look forward to meeting all of you, each and every one of you at our events and in the group. Join the group. The description or the link is in the description, y'all. All right. Good talking to you once again. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we're releasing episodes at 3 p.m. Y'all be there. And if I could talk Tasha into it, we're going to do some lives on this YouTube channel too. We'll see if I can talk him into it. Do some lives.
We'll see. We'll see. Before we go, you guys, we always have to bring up our nutrition. And so it is our goal to always have a clean gut and be able to, you know, utilize the restroom facilities when needed. You should be using the restroom on a regular basis. With that being said, you guys, make sure you are taking your cleansing detox tea on a regular basis to get you cleaned out.
What flavors do they have in that tea, though?
This right here is watermelon. We have watermelon, fruit punch, like lemonade.
Tamarind.
We have tamarind and like original that doesn't have no taste. So there's a variety of options as far as flavors. Yes.
Yeah.
The next thing is always our multivitamin, which is our NutriBurst. It's 10 salads in one pack, you guys. You can't beat that with a bat. I don't even eat 10 salads a day, and I think I eat, you know, for the most part, pretty healthy. Mm-hmm. So make sure y'all check out those links. It'll be in the description as well for your detox tea and your liquid multivitamin. Man, as always, it is good speaking with everyone. Y'all, come through. Women We Rock With. Come through to the group. Join us and check out the programs. You will not be disappointed. Not at all. Not at all. All right. This is Simone. And Tasha. Peace out, y'all. Peace.
Mm.